This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, welcome to Windows 10 Part 2. If you missed Part 1, you can locate that in my YouTube channel. So my main focus in Part 2 will only be on the new and improved digital assistant, Cortana. So my main objective here is to tell you that if you don't use Cortana, Microsoft's voice-activated personal assistant, you're really missing out on some handy hands-free functionality, especially now that she's fully integrated into Windows 10. And of course, Windows 10 is everywhere. So, like Apple's Siri and Google's Google Now, Cortana is an intelligent personal assistant who can help you with everything from launching applications to scheduling appointments. She can even adjust a handful of device settings, such as toggling your Wi-Fi on or off. Microsoft hasn't fully published, like a big full list of Cortana commands, but I have some really good ones that I'd like to share with you today. So if you don't have the assistant turned on, you'll probably want to do that. Now, let's take a look at my lower left side screen. So here I right-clicked onto the taskbar, and they've integrated Cortana as an option. Now, it's displayed as part of my search box, and then if I want to show the Cortana just as an icon, I can do that. So again, you right-click, Cortana, and you got to toggle through the settings. I personally like it like this, takes up less space, but that's just me. And then you can hide it. So again, you just right-click your taskbar anywhere, and like I said, it's up to you, whatever you'd like to do. So if I go into Cortana, let's say I activate it, right? So basically, there are some options here going down the left side. This is like the hamburger button, as we like to call it. All right, so you can really see what these buttons are. And then you have your settings, and you definitely want to make sure you're familiar with these. So I have it set already. It's not set by default. So if I say these two magic words, and sometimes it happens with my device, my mobile device, that is, and I don't really want to launch it, but sometimes it does happen. I've even seen it with iPhones, and it's funny because you hear people say "shh, quiet," because it's certain things it picks up on. So definitely, get familiar with the Cortana settings. Check your microphone, make sure Cortana can hear you, and you'll go through a series of training options just to make sure Cortana does hear you. And then once you get through that, you want to learn how to say it so she can hear you. And then there are keyboard shortcuts that you might want to look at. So, for example, you can let Cortana listen to your commands when you press the Windows logo button and the letter C. Okay? And do you want it so that you can still get to Cortana when your computer is locked? That's helpful. And then there's some language options at the bottom. Okay, but right now I have everything set up. So I'm going to go through the left side now. So basically, here we have the permissions and history. Okay, so you have some options in here that you want to take a look at. And then you have your Cortana across my devices. And then just a couple more details. And once you go through this page, I would say this page is probably the most important page. You should be fine and okay to use it. So I'm going to close this out, and I'm going to get started. Hey, Cortana. Okay, so Cortana is going to make a liar out of me. And let's see. Let me go back. Let me right-click. and it may have something to do with the fact that I'm recording this. So let me just show the search box, and let me just point out the fact that there is a microphone there. So you can actually click on that too. Google does the same thing. Hey, Cortana. All right, I think it does have something to do with my GoToMeeting, but let me just go ahead and activate it this way. What is the weather like tomorrow?
The forecast for tomorrow shows heavy thunderstorms with a high of 65 and a low of 43. Also, there's a coastal flood watch in effect until 3 p.m. tomorrow.
I like this because it opens up in a mini browser. So that's really, really cool. So I'm going to close this out. Hey, Cortana. Create a shopping list.
All right. You've already got this list.
I just need to add to it. So I'm going to type a few more items, add it to my list. What a great thing. Can I print my shopping list?
Okay. You've got 3 items on your shopping list.
Little confusion there, and sometimes this can happen with Cortana. So one thing I will say, try to be patient with Cortana, accept its shortcomings. When doing searches, try to use filters when you need them. And I'll give you an example. Let me close out. And let's just say we have a different scenario, okay? Sometimes Cortana shows results in a scrollable list just above the search box, categorized by content such as documents, folders, photos, and so on. So other times it doesn't do that. And above the search box instead, it shows a list of suggested searches. In these cases, you only see results when you click the filter icon. So another scenario, one time I searched for Italy and I saw scrollable categorized list of information, including thumbnails of photos and images on my PC. I searched for photos of Italy, and the categorized list didn't appear. So just like I said, be patient with some of these shortcomings, and it's only going to get better as time goes on. But this is pretty darn good, to say the least. Hey, Cortana. And again, sometimes it doesn't pick my voice up. And that one example, the second example I did, it worked. So let me just click here. And I just wanted to point something out. You can set reminders. And they give you things like apps, documents, and web for searching. So I can say, okay, set a reminder. That sounds like a plan. So I don't want to add a photo. And I will probably do this at, let's say, PM, but it will be like 1 PM, and there we go. Okay, I don't think I executed anything. Oh, my fault, because I didn't click the checkbox there. Make that PM, and there we go, remind. And those things will definitely come up. So let me just come out of Cortana. Hey, Cortana. Okay, you don't have to get that close or that loud, but again, it's sometimes it's like a hit or miss thing. Hey, Cortana. Hey, Cortana. I'm going to use the microphone. What were the winning lottery numbers last night?
The Mega Millions jackpot is an estimated $40 million. The winning numbers for October 23rd are 5, 28, 62, 65, and 70, and the bonus number is 5. The next drawing will be on October 26th.
So one of the nice things about Cortana is that it's your digital assistant. It's hands-free for the most part. But again, you got to remember technology. It's the same thing with our cell phone device. Sometimes when I text people, I want to speak it, but it doesn't work. If you're not in a good area and the internet is down, that's just the way it is. So you just have to accept that, and then you just have to use it manually. And if the internet is down, then you can't really use it at all. And this is great. And this is all based on my current GPS, my location. What movies are playing tonight?
Here's some movies playing in Hamilton, New Jersey. Halloween, Venom, A Star is Born, Goosebumps 2, Haunted Halloween, Hunter Killer, First Man, and The Hate You Give.
So again, if I change my location, I could find other, theaters. And this is similar to what we use our devices for on our cell phones. So if you've done it before, there, then even better. Who is Bill Gates?
According to Wikipedia.org, Bill Gates is an American business magnate, investor, author, philanthropist, humanitarian, and principal founder of Microsoft Corporation.
Who is Mark Zuckerberg?
According to Wikipedia.org, Mark Zuckerberg is an American technology entrepreneur and philanthropist. He is known for co-founding and leading Facebook as its chairman and chief executive officer.
So there you have it. That's your new digital assistant, Cortana, now integrated into your operating system, Windows 10, the way it should have been. Now, before we wrap it up, I want to focus on the Windows apps that have been integrated into Windows 10. So the nice thing about some of these, they've been enhanced since previous, operating systems. Now, you may have heard about the Snipping Tool in other programs. You can go to your startup menu, you can search for it, or you can just type it, and there it is. I have the shortcut on my taskbar, but it's still good to know. They've integrated a couple buttons here. And there's a couple, options. You can see the drop-down menu options there, which is really nice. If I want to do a rectangular snip, maybe I'm having an issue with a program that doesn't open on my desktop. I can just maybe draw attention to that. And then literally I can just draw attention to the fact that this app doesn't launch from my desktop. So I may have, I may have a corrupt app.
This conference will now be recorded.
And then I can highlight, and then I can erase, and I can copy this and paste it into other programs. An email message is popular. You could even save it to your system as a regular, file. And then when you save it, it saves as a portable networks graphic by default, or you could choose JPEG. JPEG and PNG are similar. And GIF is a little bit different, but when it comes to quality, I would say leave it on PNG or JPEG, just to play it safe. So that's our new enhanced app. And of course, you'll notice a new button here. Now you can edit it in Paint in 3D. So again, these are just some of the minor things. And they added this button too, just to make it easier. And then I can close that out. I'm not going to save it. Also, at the bottom right, I have some notifications here. See, I got some notifications there. And then if you want to switch to like tablet mode versus, the standard desktop default mode, I personally don't care for that, and I do not need that. But then you want to bring the keyboard on, obviously, if it doesn't have a keyboard. If you have this Microsoft Surface, then yeah, that's great. Or any, Apple device that is handy with the tablet mode, I would say definitely use it. So again, that's my notification area. I'm going to turn the tablet mode off. And then the most obvious stuff is here, like your network settings, how you're connecting to other devices. And overall, all the settings are really just a click away. New and improved interface, nice and clean. There's Cortana. We talked about that. And then you have some other options, if you want to link to your Android or iPhone, that's definitely, a great way to be able to send text messages from your laptop computer so you don't have to pull your phone out of your pocket. Mind you, your phone might be dead, so that's definitely very, very handy. It's something that I haven't used myself, but I think after today I will definitely do it. I can't tell you how many times I wish I would have. So that's our notifications area. Your date and time has a new look and feel. As you can see, I got to take a nap, and then I have candy bar bingo tonight at my daughter's school. But again, this is really cool. And then a couple other things I should point out. The icons here, you should be familiar with them. If you want to get to your hidden icons, this is the system tray. So a lot of times I find myself closing things down, but just be careful you don't close down, like the wrong thing. Like your GoToMeeting session. You don't want to do that. But, aside from that, you have all the basic, bells and whistles here. This little rectangle, which is hard to see, is really nice if you have multiple things open and you just want to minimize. So that just minimizes everything on your desktop screen. So again, really good information there. Windows 10, I think overall is amazing. I would like to go over a few shortcut keys, if I may. Now, one of the shortcut keys that I want to point out is the Windows key A. Now, I was just in here, but Windows A brings you to all the notification stuff, all the different settings. If you want to clear the notifications, oh my gosh, get rid of them. Anything you need to do, just do it. So again, Windows A will bring you there. And then you got expand, because there's a lot more options in here. And then collapse, and then you just click a blank area to deselect. Now, Windows key will just bring up your start menu by itself. And then I can hit escape. Windows I, we were just here. Remember, Windows settings. So Windows settings, again, everything you need, just about everything you need for your system is here. And then I can close that out. And that was Windows I. And one of the neat things with Cortana, Windows S brings up your digital assistant. Okay, and escape will get rid of it. So again, Windows key S. And remember, no technology is perfect. So if I say to my digital assistant, hello, Cortana, and it doesn't work, it's because I didn't program it to do that, or it's just not in an area where it can. Hey, Cortana. Hey, Cortana. See what I mean? It's like a hit or miss type of thing. So now it's going to type everything I just did. Show me my photos. Oh my gosh, should I even do this? But again, really great. Show me my documents folder. Now, earlier I was talking to you about filters. So look at this. There it is. Sometimes you may have to use the filters to make it more specific to what you're looking for. Just like you filter data in Excel to narrow down, certain pieces of information by a client or a customer, by a zip code or customer ID number, you're going to have to do that at some point with your digital assistant. Very powerful feature, very helpful. Now, for one of the last Windows keys that I want to mention, you probably heard of virtual screens, virtual desktops, which is really, really amazing. But basically, it's our Windows key D. Okay, so again, Windows D will make your virtual, desktop. Windows key plus Control and D. And then, of course, you can use the Windows key and arrow keys to kind of get through them. And it's really kind of hard for you to see that right now. But clearly, we've gone through our second portion of Windows 10 features. I hope you enjoyed it and have learned some valuable information. I would highly recommend that you watch part 1. And also be encouraged to download the Windows 10 Quick Reference Card. You can Google it or use your digital assistant. Windows 10 commands.
According to Lightwire.com, find the window.
Create a virtual desktop.
Opening customize virtual desktop settings.
This is very helpful. So if the shortcut didn't work for you, there you go. So virtual desktops. And if you don't know what that is, I would use Cortana. What is a Windows 10 virtual desktop?
I've got this for you on what is a Windows 10 virtual desktop.
Now, granted, it's great, but it's somewhat, limited, has some limited functionality, as you'll probably see or notice in this article. My advice to you is to do a little research. If you know someone who's pretty tech savvy, who might be able to assist, I would definitely recommend that. But basically, it has some limitations. For one thing, you're not able to drag and drop certain programs, from one desktop to another. But I would definitely use it, like if I had other, students who needed to use my software, put them in a virtual environment so they can access it from, Houston, Texas, but they just kind of remote into that virtual desktop environment. So it's definitely helpful. A lot of training companies use it. The bigger companies tend to use it more so than the smaller ones, but it's definitely helpful for those that would benefit from virtual desktops, virtual computers. So that will conclude our tutorial on Windows 10 Part 2. Thank you and have a great day.